on how the IoT can empower offshore wind power and how multinational purpose-led groups are contributing to our sustainable oceans. Now, let's turn our attention to a fascinating species, the spinning sea urchins. In recent years, their overpopulations have threatened the coral ecosystems and habitats. Plus, their raw flavors isn't as appealing as other commercial species, limiting their market demands. However, Professor Yan Men from the State Key Laboratory of Marine Environmental Health at City University of Hong Kong has discovered innovative solutions to control their overpopulations while also improving community livelihoods. So, please welcome Professor Yan Men to share her insights on projects designed to mitigate the overgrowth of the spinning sea urchins. Welcome.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Meng. I come from City University of Hong Kong, and I'm honored to be here today to share our research story on long-spined sea urchins in Hong Kong. This project is very important, not only for science and technology, but also for solving the real-world environmental problems. So looking at the slide here, you might be curious, why are these sea urchins consuming fruits and vegetables? So in my presentation, I will explain how our projects offer a win-win solution to mitigate the overgrowth of spinning sea urchins caused by global warming. First, let's look at the coral reefs and why they are so important. Coral reefs are underwater marine habitats built by tiny marine animals called coral polyps. And they function as rainforests of the ocean, offering homes to a wide range of marine animals. The key ecological functions of this important ecosystem include coastal protection, enhancing fishery resources, supporting tourism and blue economics. But at the moment, this important coral reef ecosystem are suffering from increasing seawater temperatures and other environmental stress. This map shows that the ocean warming has impact over 80% of the global coral reef areas. In 2024, last year, the ocean temperatures has reached several times the record-breaking levels. Hong Kong is the home of over 80 species of the reef-building corals, and we can see that we have very diverse marine ecosystem, and it's very valuable marine ecosystem in Hong Kong waters. But last year, in winter, the seawater increased to 30.7 degrees Celsius, causing a widespread coral bleaching. Globally, the coral reefs worldwide are experiencing the fourth main coral bleaching event that began in 2023 and continues today. The ocean temperatures has reached a critical threshold. So scientists predict that if the large-scale coral bleaching continues frequent and intense, in the year of 2020, up to 90% of the global coral reefs will disappear. In addition to the ocean warming, our coral reef ecosystem also faces threats from the coral belt erosion, a natural ecological process where marine animals break down coral reef structures. This ecological process can alter the composition of the marine habitats and also its biodiversity. Some reef fish or sea urchin species are primary reef grazing animals. And the long-spined sea urchins, which are commonly found in Hong Kong waters, poses a severe coral erosion threats to our local reefs. And this is a map of Hong Kong. And Hong Kong has diverse marine environments, including the estuary and the oceanic regions. And these diverse marine environments offers rich habitats for marine organisms. And about the distribution of the long-spined sea urchins, we can see they normally located at the eastern or western waters of Hong Kong. We can usually find them near the reef ecosystem or the rocky substrates. They usually form thick clusters on the seawall, and they may consume the coral reefs. Sorry, back. And this is a video. I tried to play it here. Yeah. This video is about a cluster of the long-spined sea urchin we observed during our recent diving survey in Hong Kong. You can see they have extremely long and very sharp spines, which make them easy to be identified underwater. These marine creatures usually form thick clusters, and they may consume our precious coral reef ecosystem. So this is a very serious ecological issues that demand a lot of attention. So there's a question: why are these sea urchins experiencing overgrowth? So we can see some scientists give some answer. The primary explanation may involve the predator and the prey imbalance caused by overfishing. In healthy coral reef ecosystems, the predator of sea urchins, such as parrotfish or pufferfish, they can consume the overgrown sea urchins to make good control of their reasonable density. But if this good balance was disturbed by some reasons, the sea urchin may grow faster. And another reason may be the habitat loss. As the sea urchin typically consume the microalgae, but this microalgae is also a very important marine habitat for lots of marine animals, and it is currently under threat from ocean warming as well. So if sea urchin cannot find enough food sources, they will increasingly graze the coral reefs instead. And next, we look at the feeding habits of this species. We can see that the sea urchins is an omnivorous marine invertebrates, which means they primarily consume the microalgae, and also sometimes they can feed on some small animals as well. Also corals and some biological debris we can find on the sea ground. So this dietary flexibility of the species enable it to survive in various environmental conditions. But because this species lack some high economic value, so the long-speed sea urchin has a little scientific concentration on their research regarding the aquaculture technology of their growth pattern and nutrition feeds. So here in our projects, we are going to develop a method to artificial fatten the sea urchin in controlled environments. And based on some successful experiments from the Japanese scientists, we are going to use some vegetables or fruits that can be reused from our markets. And this is the overall framework of this win-win solution. In general, they can be classified into three processes. And the steps highlighted in blue are the upstream of this step. This part includes organic waste cycling and how we effectively classify and store the reused organic waste. And then we need to have a method to optimize the culture feed. And the parts highlighted in orange are the core technology part in this study. That includes scientific collection of overgrown sea urchins, sea urchin agriculture, and the management of food and other products. At the end, we are going to evaluate the overall effectiveness of this effort. And our expectations include reduced urban waste and reduced bioerosion threats to the local coral reefs, and finally develop sustainable aquaculture. Let's look into some details of some core steps in this study. First of all, it's the core of this project, which is the sea urchin aquaculture methods. We want to know how to maintain these wild species in controlled environment. And currently, the scientists from Japan, Norway, Chile, Canada, and United States are leading the research and development of this aquaculture of the sea urchins. And we have learned a lot from their good experience. And at the moment, they have established mature culture systems as well as the food industry chain. And next core step, let's introduce some background about optimization of the aquaculture feed. There's also some good practice from the Japanese scientists, and the research team from Hokkaido University has developed a formulated sea urchin feed. It's made of kelp, soy, and fish meal. And their research showed that 40 to 50 increase in their gonad weight has been observed within only 2 or 3 months. So this is very successful. And another research team from Japan, they try to use some food waste, such as expired bread, or some fruit, watermelon, and some other types of vegetables to try to fatten the purple sea urchin. Yeah. And they have confirmed that by feeding the sea urchin on the vegetable or fruit waste, their gonad can be improved. Their edible quality can be largely improved. So we also we were inspired by this successful experience. So based on this literature review, we try to look at a feasible way to establish a similar method to artificially fattening our long-spine sea urchin in Hong Kong. So we reviewed 8 commonly found fruits and vegetables from Hong Kong markets and analyzed their nutrient profile. And also we look into the potential supplier of this organic waste. At the end, we select these 8 types of food integrates for our subsequent studies. So next, let's come to the organic recycling. I will introduce more background about this important step. As a highly populated city, Hong Kong generates lots of food waste daily. So this has formed a severe environmental issue. So to address this challenge, Hong Kong government has implemented some food recycling initiatives, such as community collection networks. And also, some researchers in Hong Kong has developed some fish feed by using some expired food products from supermarkets, such as rice, meat, fruit, and vegetables. So we believe that based on their experience, trials, and established protocols, we believe we can also make good use of this established way in our study. So we are pleased to know that majority of the core steps are well supported by available data or information. And finally, at the end, we want to look at how to scientifically collect the overgrown sea urchins. Because unlike other aquaculture programs, our study, one of our study objectives is to reduce the belt erosion rise to local coral reefs. So we need to think more about the sampling strategies. It should be based on an ecology-based concept. So at first we need to know the status of overgrowth of sea urchins. As I mentioned before, in healthy ecological system, multiple groups of marine organisms should be should maintain balance. So there are 4 groups of animals in coral ecosystems, include fishes, sea urchins, corals, and microalgae or seagrass. So they should have interaction with each other. For example, sea urchins mainly consume the microalgae. It helps the coral reefs prevent from having overgrown microalgae on the ecosystem. And in return, the coral reefs also provide complexity structure for the sea urchins. But if sea urchins grow in small areas with a large population, this balance can be disrupted. So in our study, when we collect the sea urchin from the wild in the field, we need to consider this ecological balance. And next, I will briefly introduce our preliminary study conducted 4 years before. In this short-term study, we aim to establish an environmentally friendly sea urchin aquaculture methods for the first time, and to screen the suitable vegetable or fruit integrates that can improve the edible quality of this sea urchin species. And we conduct a 2-month study under a floating fish wrap in Hong Kong. And we selected 3 types of vegetables in this experiment. These pictures show the daily management of our sea urchin farm. We will feed the sea urchins. We feed the sea urchins and clean the cage weekly. And after the 2-month aquaculture practice, we measured the size and weight of the sea urchins, and then we also examined their appearance and taste. The results show that The long-spine sea urchin feed on carrot and corns has significantly increased the taste of sweetness. And also the appearance of the sea urchin roe, the sea urchin fed by corn increased by maize increased largely. So these preliminary results provide our necessary reference for our next study. And this year, we successfully got another fund support from Hong Kong Fishery Enhancement Fund. So we have another chance to redo these experiments and try to precisely quantify the improvement after feeding procedure. And the objectives are to measure the improvements more precisely, and then we want to further refine our aquaculture methods. In this study, this study just started last month, and we used 8 types of fruits and vegetables. 2 of them are fruit peels from banana and orange. And we also want to look into the good sampling time for this practice. So we plan to collect sea urchins in winter and summer, respectively. And as the study is under investigation, so maybe 1.5 months later, we are going to test the changes of the sea urchin edible qualities by using some advanced technologies such as color identification systems. We will be able to monitor the changes of the color in details. And also we are going to use electronic tongue test technology to measure their waste profiles. So our aim is to provide reliable research data for industry, and then they can better evaluate our market potentials. So to conclude, this study provides multiple benefits, including protecting the coral reefs, reduce the bell waste, and also providing some new ideas for sustainable fisheries that may work in Hong Kong. And we can see that this win-win solution performs ecological challenges into sustainable opportunities for our blue planet and our future generations. And last, I would like to express my gratitude to the event organizers and for the opportunity to share our research story here in such a good platform. And also I want to thank our laboratory and research team and funding agencies. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Yan, for the encouraging speech that showcasing the innovative solution that truly delivers economic, social, and environmental benefits simultaneously. Indeed, the ocean is absolutely essential for humanity's ability to live and thrive on Earth. We rely on it heavily for food and our livelihoods. Yet, ocean pollution, especially from plastic and other solid materials, had a severe adverse impacts on island communities. This is precisely the situation faced by the Baju tribe, who live on the waters off the coast of Malaysia, Indonesia, and Philippines, and whose lives have been significantly impacted by the ocean pollution. So let's welcome Mrs. Wang Xiaohan, the executive of the Ocean Scavengers Program, to share the story of the Baju tribe. Please welcome.
Hello everyone, I'm Xiaohan. It's such a pleasure and a bit thrill to be here with all of you today. Standing on this extraordinary platform, I feel deeply grateful to the organizer of this forum, Shero Initiative, who brought together an incredible group of thinkers, creators, and entrepreneurs and leaders. And also to my boss, Zhao Jun, who is rather a colorful entrepreneur, who's been building his dream in tourism industry in a place called Simpona. Quick show of hands, has anyone here ever heard of Simpona? Well, no, you've just met your local tour guide. After the session, come find me, I will show you a customer route. I promise it's unforgettable, and I also promise not a single day with dry pants, because you'll be diving, snorkeling, or kayaking non-stop. Just like this. Now, my boss is a story in himself. At 46, he suddenly decided to be an influencer. And how do you stand out online these days? Easy, you buy an island. He found one in Simpona, named it Alia, after a beautiful lady. He said, and I quote, "This island is too beautiful, like falling in love, and I couldn't resist." But wait, there's more. Just last month, yes, in June, he bought a second island. Imagine this. One side of the island has glassy, emerald-colored shallows that sketch endlessly, perfect for drone shots. The other side, a mesmerizing gradient of deep green to deep blue, what we call the Jelly Sea. Clearly, this island is even more elegant lately. After this purchase, our company bank account had a diet. So yes, I'm technically here on a self-funded trip, kind of. Now, you might be wondering, why would a Chinese entrepreneur travel thousands of kilometers to buy not one, but two tropical islands? Because the island investment, believe it or not, is solid. It takes time, but the returns are remarkably stable. Imagine this, a boutique water villa resort with fewer than 100 rooms can generate higher income than a 400-person corporation. With 10 years of planning and building, you can enjoy annual returns of 20% and maintain it for decades. So yes, our dream is to retire early, feet in the sand, Wi-Fi optional, and be forever bonded with the blue paradise of Simpona. Now, some of you might be thinking, hold on, is she pitching us to invest their islands? Relax, I'm not here for that. No QR codes, no fundraising links, no property brochures. What I do want to share today is something deeper, because Simpona in Malay means perfect. But there's a real question. Is it truly a perfect paradise? Today, my talk is divided 3 parts, and I invite you to explore them with me. First, behind the beauty, what hidden risks lie beneath Simpona's turquoise waters and wet sands? Second, responsibility and action. What obligations do we as investors hold? And what have we already done to protect the place we claim to love? Third, looking ahead, if our futures are tied to the ocean, how can we ensure it's not just sustainable for us, but for the whole planet? Part 1, welcome to Simpona, a tropical paradise where luxury water villas cost more than $700 per night, and outside your window lies a crystal clear sea jelly. The water is so transparent, you can see the marine life beneath. Schools of fish, sea turtles swimming gracefully, if you are lucky. a chicken otter trying to steal a fish. Then there's Sweden, one of the world's top 5 world diving destinations, attracting divers from all over the world, eager to witness barracuda tornadoes and the vibrant coral gardens. Sand-soaked beaches, world-class diving, all-you-can-eat fresh seafood. It's often compared to untouched paradise like Fiji or Maldives. But in my mind, no place compared to Sweden. But this too is Puna. The only way to reach the islands is through this town. Visitors must fly into Dawa Airport first and drive to the Sampona town before boarding a boat to their resort or island hopping tours. And what greets them in town? Streets full of garbage. Children from the Bajau community begging at every corner. Every tourist has to experience this jarring contrast, the gap between the luxury island retreat and the reality of the town that serves it. In the past decades, tourism has exploded, especially with the influx of Chinese tourists, far beyond the town's capacity. Island resorts have boomed, Matakin sea-view chalets, capitalized water villas, price reaching $500 to $700 per night. But the town's infrastructure has remained stagnant. If you take a 30-minute boat ride, you will see several floating garbage pitches for sure. Can you imagine this being the living environment of an entire ethnic group? In fact, besides the Malays, there's an even older seafaring people native to this region, the Bajau, often referred to as sea nomads. They have lived in harmony with the ocean for generations. Yet, ironically, while they haven't benefited from the rapid development of Sampona, they are the ones who suffer the most from it. As modern civilization has encroached upon their habitat, they used to rely on the ocean for their livelihood, but the Sampona town developed rapidly beyond its capacity to handle such growth, and treated waste was increasingly dumped into the sea. The resulting marine pollution severely affected fish stocks, making it difficult to sustain their traditional way of life. As the ocean could no longer provide enough, more and more people were forced to move ashore. However, once on land, they had no legal identity and no right to lawful employment. Unable to support their large families, the harsh reality is that many children end up begging just to help feed their households. They even chase people for a while if they are not given money. Many Chinese social media posts warn tourists to avoid the town. Many people believe that Sampona town is a dangerous place. They might get robbed walking through its streets. But the truth is that tourism might feel uncomfortable, but I never heard of someone getting robbed in this place. They don't chase tourists for aggression, but out of desperation. They are hungry, really hungry. Chasing tourists is not crime, it's cry for help. The Bajau are the orphans of the earth. Status, they are excluded from education, healthcare, and basic rights. They live on the margins of society and are constantly at the risk of eviction or arrest. As the modern world races forward, they are left behind, voiceless. Instead, they are labeled as pirates, illegal immigrants, or threats by surrounding nations, Philippines, Indonesia, Malaysia. They belong nowhere. The world sees them as mysterious and savage, full of myths. Few care to really listen to them, hand them a microphone, or tell their story. This silence and marginalization are the real wounds of Sempona. If Sempona thrives, so do we. But if it collapses, we fall with it. Part 2, what responsibilities do we bear? Many local Chinese Malaysian business owners in Sempona have vision and compassion. They understand that only education can break the cycle of poverty. Peter, a Malaysian Chinese, is one such person. Peter's father decades ago, he studied from nothing and always told Peter how education can change his life. Although Sempona town is developed very quickly, few funds were allocated to local infrastructure, especially education. He personally funded and established a kindergarten and a primary school. More and more students came. Every year, the operating cost grew, not a small sum for local business. It even affected his own business. Profits dropped, but he never gave up. Peter has now taken over his father's legacy. He has been struggling to keep the 2 schools running without any support. So well, as you can see, Peter always believed education, which can change local people's life, matters more than business itself. There's also a school in the middle of Bajau slum, built by volunteers who level the land themselves. This alternative school teaches Bajau children and teens basic literacy and life skills. To raise funds, students and volunteers craft schools using ocean trash and second-hand jeans. In the beginning, they struggled to recruit students. Many kids had to work or beg to support their families. But now, the school is full. After 8 years, some students are now in their 20s, but still struggle to find jobs because they don't see the most useful job skills, Mandarin. With the 80% of Sempona's tourists being Chinese language is the most valuable skill here. This June, with Peter's support, our company, Lazy Cat Travel, launched a Chinese tutoring class. We are realistic. We are not just here to financially support each child and the family behind them. We are here to teach them the skills they need to feed themselves. These children who are currently begging on the streets should not be expected to suddenly stop begging. Begging has sustained their families for generations. Until there's another way to survive, it's unavoidable. But we can teach them how to ask for help with dignity. True dignity is not defined by a suit and tie. It's when reaching out doesn't bring a slap. It's speaking up doesn't invite abuse. That's why our first goal is to feed every child a decent lunch. Then we teach them polite Mandarin, respectful behavior around tourists, and simple ways to offer emotional value, such as singing a song, reciting a Chinese poem. Another thing is that if you want to help tourists with luggage, you should begin with standing at least 1 meter away, politely greeting the person and clearly saying, "May I help you?" instead of grabbing their bags without permission. This may avoid frightening visitors and, more importantly, earn them some small tips. Once they have mastered basic Chinese and learned polite behavior, they'll find it much easier to get a better paid full job as they grow up. Jobs like restaurant servers, sailors, or diving instructors are in very high demand due to the rapid growth of the local tourism industry. Even though these jobs are still technically illegal for people without documents, they at least offer a chance for a family to survive. They also offer an entry point into the modern world. But these children have no nationality, no legal identity, and have never been to school, nor have their parents. This is an unschooled and socialized community. Can they really be taught? We weren't sure either. Like the Bajau school, we committed a long-term plan. But by the day 14 of our tutoring program, we started seeing results. This is Marie. Marie came once for lunch and recognized me on the street the next day. He ran over to greet me after saying hello. He still asked for a coin, but was quickly scolded by Zainan, who'd been in 3 classes. They are slowly learning polite ways to ask for help. Then there's Rizwan. He has 8 siblings. His father is very old and no longer able to work. His mother stays at home to take care of younger siblings. He is a pillar of the family. He spends most of his time around the seafood market. He helps small vendors to recycling plastic bags, hauling barrels of gosling, or pushing a small cart. Sometimes they give him a small tip, sometimes they don't, and there's nothing he can do. When we first invited him to join our classes on the street, he didn't want to come. He said it would interrupt his income. So we promised just 1 hour, and we'd give him a full meal. That's when he finally agreed to join us. He is more mature and steady than most kids his age. He volunteers to help me keep order, serve food to the younger children. And after lunch, he even organized them to clean up the trash. That day, they arrived early. While waiting for the teacher, Rizwan suggested they can help us clean the trash near the restaurant. What we saw as garbage, they saw as a treasure, a usable flip-flop or an old snorkel. Watching their ease in the water, I suddenly thought maybe the Bajau can help us solve a second problem. First, I want to show you a video about how Bajau people can help us clean the trash, and then I want to discuss the ways of creating a shared community in Sapona with you.
在梭罗海与西里伯斯海的深南海域，隐匿着一个被世界遗忘的族群——巴瑶族。这个与海洋紧密共生的部落，世代以航海为生。他们拥有非凡的海洋生存技能。他们没有国籍，没有土地，也没有基本的生活保障。海洋是他们赖以生存的最后家园。100年以来，他们的存在几乎无人知晓，生活条件日益艰难。他们是这颗星球的孤儿。随着现代文明的侵入，在他们生养劳作的这片海域，海洋垃圾污染愈演愈烈，巴瑶族的家园面临着前所未有的危机。塑料垃圾的侵袭不仅破坏了海洋生态，也威胁着他们的渔业资源和生存环境。外界一度将垃圾污染的问题归罪于巴瑶人，而实际情况是，哪怕是一瓶带有塑料包装的牛奶，对于他们来讲都是奢侈消费品。遍布这片庞大海域的海洋垃圾，随着洋流四处流动，靠沿岸各国单薄的市政力量很难从根本上解决这一问题。我们决定发起海洋清道夫计划，旨在发动巴瑶族人，让他们也成为海洋垃圾的亲历者。这不仅是为改善海洋生态环境而行动，更是为了让巴瑶族在全球舞台上为自己证明，让世界看到他们的存在和价值。计划将邀请数以万计的巴瑶族渔民参与海洋垃圾清理活动，他们将利用现有的渔船和工具，在他们日常的捕捞活动当中，顺便收集各类海洋垃圾。我们将为他们提供必要的设备和安全保障，并将收集的垃圾从他们手中有偿收购，集中运输到岸上处理。与此同时，我们将建立一套可持续的垃圾回收体系，与专业环保机构合作，确保垃圾得到有效的回收和处理。在全球关注海洋保护的今天，我们期待有一天苏禄海的巴瑶族将以全新的身份成为海洋清道夫，为海洋的复苏与生态平衡贡献力量。这个倡议不仅希望改善他们的生活条件，还希望通过他们的努力， 唤起更多的人们对海洋保护的关注。海洋清道夫保护计划目前还只是一个美好的蓝图，计划的实施还有待全球各地关注海洋生态的人人志士的参与与助力。今天我们向世界发出倡议，让我们一起行动，为了海洋，为了地球孤儿巴瑶族，也为了我们的未来。
Okay, when my friend first saw this scene, he asked me, why are there so many plastic bottles lying around? Why doesn't anyone pick them up? The answer is simple. In China, people collected bottles. Some people without job skills even pick up bottles to make a living because they can exchange them for money. But in Sapona, plastic bottles are worthless. There's no local recycling industry here. The amount of waste collected isn't enough to sustain a recycling plant, and sending it to bigger cities costs too much in logistics, making it unprofitable. Private companies have no incentive to step in, and the limited effort from coastal nations alone are far from enough to solve the problem. That's why this initiative, the Ocean Scavenger Protection Plan, matters. Well, to truly live up to its name, the Jelly Sea, blaming tourists for littering won't solve the problem. Blaming the Bajau people is even more unfair. What is the most effective solution? Make trash valuable. This is more than an effort to clean the trash. It's a chance for the Bajau to claim their place on the global stage, to contribute to the restoration and balance of a marine ecosystem, to earn dignity through meaningful and legal work. The Ocean Scavenger Protection Plan is still a beautiful blueprint, but with the support of those who care about our oceans from all over the world, we can bring it to life. Today, we issue a call to action. Let's work together for the ocean, for the Bajau people, and for our shared future. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ms. Wang, for that touching story. It's a powerful reminder that we don't need costly action to reverse these terrible trends. We can stop littering and recycling the rubbish properly. The ocean economy is rapidly gaining momentum, with thriving sectors like marine tourism and ocean-based entertainment. The ocean is also at the forefront of the next wave of technological innovations. We are excited to welcome Mr. Wang Mingming, the founder of Leviton, who will introduce how Leviton plans to capture the trends in ocean-based entertainment and transportations. Please welcome Mr. Wang Mingming.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. It's my huge pleasure to share with you what I'm doing and what we're thinking and how we did it. So a little bit about my company. We call Levante, which is Italian, means rising, and from the east as well. So a little bit about me and about us. So we're based in Shenzhen, China, which is very close to Hong Kong. And we're designing and building next generation zero emission, incredible recreational boats, ferries, and workboats. And it's powered by lithium battery. And you can call me Chris Wang, or you can call me the boat builder. That's much easier. So a little bit about the CO2 connecting to marine industry. So that's that's about 3 to 4% of global CO2 emission. As the previous speaker mentioned before, the transportation is a big part of the CO2 emission. And when we think about leisure crafts, there are 3.6 million tons of CO2 every year from your yacht or your little fishing boat into the air. And that is 0.1% of global CO2. And also ferries, they produce over 1 million tons of CO2 every year. And also, as we all know, our recreational or leisure boats and ferries, they docking or they stop in the Bay Area. And Bay Area is a very critical part of marine ecosystem. So what we want to do, and what we want to do is making zero emission boats with intelligent efficiency, and most importantly, clear energy in zero emission. So how are we going to do it? So we really need to redesign the boat, because once you change a little part from a boat, everything changes. And electric or clean energy doesn't work with speed and long range. They just don't work together. So we need to back to the drawing board. So we start to think, how about we make the boat fly? And if you want to make the boat fly, you need some wings. But Red Bull doesn't work for us. We don't need wings in the air, we need wings under the water. So we come up with a hydrofoil system for our concept. So this is our concept, and this is the boat we're building right now. So as you can see, we have the hydrofoil system under the water. There's a front foil and there's aft foil. And we have electric motor just under the water. And you don't need any transmission, you don't need cooling system, so there's no any oil in the whole boat. And after that, there's lots of many of calculations that we are going to do. And what we're saying here is a safety calculation that we've been working on for almost a year. So let me play this. So once the speed going to up to 10 knots, the boat starts to rising above the water. And now, once we have more speed, the boat flies. So right now we design the boat at speed of 24 knots, and the boat stay in the air. And after that, there's a physical experiment in Zhongshan University, which is, we rent a tank, which is about 200 meters long, and it will make a 2.5 meter model to test. And the speed is exactly 22 and 24 knots as we designed. So now the boat flies. So you can see the water line just in the half of the hydrofoil system. So after a lot of research, we discovered that once the boat flies, we can reduce about 70% of resistance. So we can have long range and high speed at the same time for zero emission boats. So that's a little bit comparison compared to the petrol engine. The petrol engine is in the middle line, and on the right is our L10, which is a 10-meter boat. It's also under the condition of 22 knots. So let's say the third, the consumption. So in conventional, there's about 44 liters of petrol per hour. And what we need is 88 kilowatts hour. So which is economic, you know, you can do the consumption yourself. And also CO2, that's 100 kilo, and we're nothing. And also, just like Tesla, you know, there's about like 20% of maintenance every year, so we can reduce about 80% of it. And in high wave, which is about 0.75 to 1.5 meter zero wave height, the sinking about the boat is from 1 meter reduced to 0.2 meter, which is could keep everybody stay away from seasick things. So there's how we do it and how we make it happen. So let's make it very simple. You know, we have a lot of sensors, which gives us GPS, speed, and our stability and height from the water, and more and more. And then we transfer something we developed called VCU, which is a vessel control unit. And then we combine the human command and our algorithm into our hardware, something like rudder and motor. So this is how it works. Well, it sounds very easy, but it took us 2 years to put everything together. So this is our screen of the boat. So we literally put everything into one single screen. And you can control your boat by the screen and your cell phone as well. So on the right side, it's the control from your cell phone. And on the left is the backstage. So we can see every boat is doing something. So we know every boat where they are and how the condition is and what part needs to maintain and where you find a treasure. We know all about it. Yeah, so that's the exterior of our products, and we're making the first one right now. So, and this is one flies, and we're building the boat in Zhuhai, China right now for Hao #1, and that is the interior design. And we are using a very modern design language for our boats. And that's our control unit. And this is our 10 meters. So we have 3 models from 6.5 and 8.5 meters and the 10 meters. So next stop, we're going to work on ferries, which is about 20 to 30%, fast, city, or islands. Yeah, so that's about us. So we really like to give back the nature something that we could do from technology side. And thank you for listening.
Thank you, Mr. Wang, for the speech that beautifully showcased how people can still enjoy boating in a sustainable way. So the last session, we will be taking a 5 minutes break. So we will be back at 3:10 for our last guest speech. Thank you. species in Blue Ocean Dome are stunning and innovative structures crafted from sustainable materials. Affected by the interior design, we are inspired by ZERI Japan's missions to realize a circular society through environmental education and practice that eventually reduce waste to zero. Today, we have the utmost privilege of inviting the president of ZERI Japan and Saraya, Mr. Yusuke Saraya. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Yusuke Saraya as he delivers his speech on Saraya's sustainable practices. Please.
はい、ありがとうございます。Thank you very much for introducing me. ちょっと待って。I forgot. And I appreciate the Formula Group and Shero for your initiatives to invite many influential and innovative people here in the Dome Sea. Appreciate that very much. Now I would like to talk about the company and how I get into the Blue Ocean and Blue Ocean Dome. Maybe some project of Blue Ocean that we can collaborate in the future. But I believe that while we are doing business, sustainable, hopefully making profit, prosper, at the same time, we make a kind of advancement to better for the world. So this is our idea, and we hope that we will work together. Also tonight, we have closer communication. どれかなこれ? This one is Tsushima Island. I will talk about Tsushima project later, but the daughter of Mr. Maeda is there. Mr. Maeda is a kind of manager of the Tsushima local government, and he is very keen to leave beautiful Tsushima to their children. So this is his hope. Then I asked Maeda-san, can I use your picture for my cover sheet? So he allowed me to use it. So this is Tsushima. Our world being divided. I talk shortly because they are making our world a little bit dividing. We have problem of tariff now. China, US, Japan, US, big problem. But just we don't need divided. Mr. Putin, Mr. Xi Jinping, very influential. Mr. Ishiba now on the election, so they are the great people, but sometimes they go a little bit too far to go to war or dividing us too much. But my concern is that the sustainability of our Earth, because we have already problems, lack of the resources, diversity, global warming, plastic pollution, and also division of poor and rich people makes some stresses very much, like the ocean people, like Bayan. I wrote a book like 地球市民宣言, that's a global citizenship declaration. In my young age, many of my colleagues read the Communist Declaration, and they are very much influenced. They go to fight with the Japanese government. Some of them went to Tel Aviv and caused some problem. But I said, this is a time that we declare the global citizen. And then I wrote this book. This is SDGs. You may know that this is for the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations. So this is very good. We have to do it as a modern kind of target that we seek for the global problems. And then, as I said, as we do the business, we also think of our growth to do some development work by this target. This expo is theme is designing the future of our lives and saving lives, empowering lives and connecting lives. Saraya, before expo, we have our logo, connecting lives. So they learn from us, but I don't learn from them. But this is very important, I think. Expo, you are here now. I talked shortly about Saraya business in the past. This is, Inazu-san, have you talked yesterday or not? Yes. So just shortly. This is my hometown, Kumano. Kumano, they have no business except timbers. They cut timbers and get to the river and get to the town of Shingu. And Shingu, there's a big market of timber. Then our ancestors did rising of the woods and make these businesses. My father, after the World War II, there's lots of infectious disease, especially dysentery. Then sekiri, that's your feces is in red. That means your intestines is broken by the bacteria. It's very dangerous, like 0157 E. coli. But he made this kind of product, very basic after the World War II, sell it to the schools, sell it to the businesses, and he made a kind of starting business that time. Then he made this kind of ugaiki, that's a goggle machine, because air pollution was very, very hard at that time. So he made it this way. And this is hand sanitizer, alcohol. Yashinomi detergent is a vegetable-based detergent, very easy to be decomposed in the nature. So this is 1971 when the petroleum-based detergent was very popular, cheaper, but it gives some environmental issues very much. So we have four areas. One is consumer, one is sanitation, one is medical and international department. The chief is Mr. Inoue here among you. Consumer makes these kind of product. Sanitation, I was medical and international global, Japanese global organization, and Chinese operations. We have 5 operations from each. This is Shanghai. Inazu-san is a kind of CEO of this company. And he has recently made his own factory near to Daishin. Daishin? Hasson なんていうの? Daishin? はい、this one. He makes this kind of product. He wants to make it a little bit higher value adding with your help. His factory there. Then this is Donggan, a little bit older, more than 20 years. We make assembly, and we want to make IoT product, like you mentioned, there in Donggan. This is what we make at this moment. This is their members there. Then this is guerin. Guerin is kind of extracting the sweetness from monk fruits. Monk fruits is lohango fruits. We make this buy from the farmers, and we extract the very sweet part of this lohango and make a product for even for America. Mr. Trump charges us 25% before. I hope he doesn't charge 50% anymore. But this is a factory there, connecting with the farms. This is a joint venture with Xinfa Ilio in Shandong province. They are making a big medical device company, and we make this joint venture make a chemical part of their product. We made it in 2014, almost 10 years. This is what they do. This is their factory, joint venture. Then recently we make a joint venture, again, nitrile gloves near to Yoshu ってなんていうの? Yanchao. Yanchao. Then this is Safeguard. The name of the company is Safeguard, making nitrile glove for medical, especially use. Then, okay, this is polymer. Polymer, European guy, my friend, make it in 2017. Then he made it as a race for water boat. Later, they changed the name Polymer. But this one moves solar and wind this type, controlled by AI, and hydrogen. So all sustainable energy. They are moving around the world with some campaign. What is the campaign? This is in Chile that this boat was running. Because same as this. This is in Dominican Republic. There's a river. There's lots of pollution because people dump their garbage into the river. Then the river, or especially the flooding time, moves the garbage away from them. But actually, it is moved to the ocean of Caribbean. So they are making some campaign. They want to come to Tokyo Olympic in 2020 for this campaign. So ZERI Japan, if you want to do that, we can help you to make some campaign in Japan in 2020. But because of the COVID, nobody was there. Finally, the crew, they asked me, I want to go back to France because my family got COVID. Okay, of course, you have to go back soon. Then there's nobody in the boat. We just kept it 1 year in Chiba Prefecture without crew. So this is what happened. Mr. Yoshimura, Mr. Matsui, governor and mayor of Osaka, only I forced them to come to the boat. Only them, VIPs, that visited during the time. So there's a campaign left. Before that time, we said, let's make some campaign in the expo. But that was only the idea that time. This is, we moved the boat to Dubai, a little bit similar, but different from your boat, right? But we make a kind of treatment with the Dubai Organizing Committee about sustainable developments from Dubai to Osaka. I hope the Saudi would also get this idea, especially for the ocean subject. This is Osaka Blue Ocean Vision in 2019 at G20 Summit. Mr. Xi Jinping was here and Mr. Trump was there. They were looking at different side. Mr. Abe was coordinating them. And Mrs. Merkel was there. Mr. Trump does not like her at all. So they are a little bit away. But Mr. Abe was coordinating them. Mr. Putin was there, and big shot. There are many big shots there. They make an agreement. We should make our ocean very clean, so that we make Osaka Blue Ocean Vision to clean marine, sustainable marine. But actually, they talk but do nothing. Talk and nothing. So we need to do our private sector some starting initiatives. So that is why that one of the motivation that because it's Osaka, Osaka Expo, Osaka Blue Ocean Vision. So we need to make some proud of Osaka or Kansai. Sorry to say, but in 2016, the garbage is about 800 million tons. One is China that time. Indonesia, Philippines, because we saw some of the people in Indonesia, Philippines, they live above the ocean. They just dispose things. There are many islands. There are no institute to clean or recycle plastics, collect plastic, no garbage treatment. So they all come to the Pacific Ocean. This is what is polluted. See, there's a kind of good big circle of the current of the Pacific brings those plastic pollution. This is Tsushima. Why Tsushima? Because this is an island between Korea and Japan, and this is like the kind of なんていうかな、節の like a comb in the water to stop the plastics. But many plastics come to Tsushima, but they go away because they only can collect 1/3. When you have your house, and when your neighbors can put their garbage to your garden, you get angry. But actually, what they do is that they are treating somebody's garbage in the island. No, this one. So this is what is happening. More big current goes to Kuroshio, the Black Sea current going around the Pacific Ocean. So this is a kind of a big circle of the current. That's why there's a big pollution along the current. But some of the garbage is left over by the wheels when water going down into the ocean. So this is a plastic garbage patch in the North Pacific. Again, like this. And there are whales and there are small birds and eating small fish, eating small plastics. So we have to solve them in a good way of business. This is actually Mrs. Cromley will be coming next week to speak out her activities of collecting plastics in the North Pacific Ocean. But they need support. They need to connect more to the global network. This is Mr. Boyan Slat. He's very famous. He's Dutch people. He's only 30, looks handsome, but 30. He started this ocean cleanup at the age of 25, like an entrepreneur. I called him 1 month ago. Would you like to come and talk? Then he answered me, is there any sponsor? I cannot guarantee. Then no, we probably have some remote conference, but he's considering. But what he does is that he make a big net and collecting the ocean plastic, or he make a kind of this kind of structure at the end of the river. So he identified 10 rivers in the world to collect plastic, especially at the time of big rain. There are lots of plastics coming into. Blue Ocean Dome, as said here, you notice that this is paper and bamboo and carbon reinforced plastic. Mr. Ban, this is a flow of water. This is a big screen, and we dialogue with the ocean. And Mrs. Hatisnoid, actually, she's a Japanese. We'll have a concert the day after tomorrow in Dome Sea in the evening. If you are available, you can join, but not many people can join because it's a small venue. Mr. Slangel, the Palau, many people came, and Mr. Nakamura, who taught Mauritanians about fishing of octopus by octopus pod. Even I just want to share with you the Cardinal Parolin, who was number 2, who was supposed to be elected as Pope, but he was not. But number 2 regarding the Roman Catholic has 160 million Catholic people, so he's very influential. He likes the idea. Tsushima project, this is Expo, but Tsushima project, this is what, okay, on the business side, what we're going to do with some social and business. Tsushima is an island between, as I said, Japan and Korea. living people 27,000. This is the first time I was there to collect the garbage, but made by, Kansai Federation of Business Executives is a member who came to pick up the garbage to experience. This is second time. This is third time. More and more people are coming. This is the ambassador of USA and ambassador of Korea came to pick up. There's a symposium, and there's a fourth mission last year. And there's kind of between the left side is Mayor Hidakatsu of Tsushima, and Mr. Daishima was here. He was here, and Mr. Fukuda, our company, and Mrs. Ikoma, who was a representing person of Kansai Businessman's Executive Forum. Then we made a company last year. The president is Mikiko Kawaguchi, and she is now starting to do some activities. First, collecting plastics into a little bit more valuable products so that you can sell. They squeeze styrofoam to the pellets. They make a kind of charcoal which can be used for iron industry, but not in the island. They just make a kind of smaller, make the volume smaller and ship it now outside. They want to make energy out of their garbage, and then the energy can be used your EV ship or EV cars. Then they don't need to import oils from outside. So this is the island economy that then by using the energy, they would make a processing of fish. After maybe they would invite sea urchin or some other seafood culture there. So this is pellet. Now we are already doing this. This is charcoal. This is, there are lots of trees also coming onto the ocean, on the beach. So we make charcoal out of this tree. Then we grow seaweed, because seaweed is very important, because this is so-called blue carbon. So it absorbs lots of carbons into water, and carbon credit wise, this is 8 times valuable than normal carbon, like a tree or planting trees or doing on the land. Animals. This is okay. What we do. I noticed because this building goes to Maldives at this moment, not to the what is island I forgot. But Maldives. But actually Maldives. There's a garbage island. They bring all the garbages to one island. Then there automatic fire burning happening there. So I think I hope the island model seems that we may propose some island circular economy so that they can utilize their garbage to the resources or at the end, to some purposes. Blue Ocean Initiatives, we make a kind of sort of group. Mr. Daishima is a kind of representing person, but Mr. Tsunami, who is a supporter, the president of Sasagawa Peace Foundation, Mr. Shibusawa, the fifth sons of a famous business person in Meiji era, and Mrs. Tanaka, the Gakucho, the dean of this university. This is a kind of group to study about plastic, weather, climate change, and the resources of marines. Then there are many entrepreneurs and big companies get together. Almost 100 companies and organizations are in this group. So Blue Ocean Initiative is a kind of driving force of not us, but marine innovation, and their hope is that co-create of new values. Then there's a Nikkei. Nikkei is a Nihon Keizai Shimbun. There's a big business newspaper. They make a Nikkei Blue Ocean Forum. Then we have a Blue Ocean Pavilion and Blue Ocean Initiatives. We agreed we will move on at least at the end of the SDGs 2030. So that this is the kind of idea that we are doing. Until 2030, we keep some project like Tsushima project, but I have another project, Mauritania project. Mauritania is there. There's a Sahara Desert country. Not many trees, greens at all, but ocean, very rich. That's why Mr. Nakamura was there, taught how to catch octopus. They catch 80,000 tons of octopus since recently, but now recently they catch too much. So the resources are decreasing, but there are many sustainable resources so that we talk to, this is Mr. Nakamura and Takotsubo by these ships. Then we met them in Dubai. Then there's a kind of missions of Mauritanian fishing industries and ministries, exchange ideas. I visited there to start something. This is ambassador to Mauritania and Mr. Miloud, the kind of big guy in the fishing business in Mauritania. This is one idea that Mr. Eric Leclerc is doing for making a sustainable vessel without oil, but solar, wind, and again hydrogen. And then there's a bubble fishing. Bubble fishing is that in the night, when you put the lights in the water, fishes are coming into. So we target anchovy. Anchovy comes to the light. Then there's a bubble that makes the surrounding of a school of anchovy. Then they move the bubble up, squeeze and up. Then they can suck the anchovies by pump without net. So the anchovies is very good condition to move. So this is a bubble fishing that he thought of. So we want to make this kind of fishing in Mauritania. So this is ongoing project. We look for some fund, and some fund they are very in favor of this project. Probably by the end of this expo, we have a sustainable resource to do making a ship and also making bubble curtain fishing. So this is another project. And by the way, there's a big Chinese vessel and a Spanish vessel. They catch lots of fish, but they just bring their freezing vessel next to them. So they just bring caught fish to the next freezing vessel, so that there's not much job created in the local. So I think after we catch the anchovy, there's an idea that make a sorting of anchovy. Then after 3 months, they make a small olive can to ship it mainly to Europe, because Europe is used lots of anchovy, like pizza top or some, there's a big demands for this. So this is what we do in Mauritania. And this is Shibusao-san is a fifth elder person. He's a very famous business people, but he proposed that Longo is a Chinese old-time philosophy, how to manage things. and how to manage yourself. And then Soroban is a kind of calculation of representing business. So moral and business should get together, not too much influenced by the business school of Harvard, but rather we have our own way of matching Longo and Soroban. That means business and moral. This is Ninomiya. This is very original Japanese moralist, but he says the virtue without economy is nonsense. So some people say something, but we need to do something actual. So this is actual, but the economy without virtue is a corruption. So he doesn't like the economy without virtue, something that moral, virtue, or principle. Then we think that SDGs could be our principle. This is Mr. Gandhi, because we have Chinese people, 孔子はファンズ、なんていうの孔子。孔子って中国語で、孔子様。孔子わからん発音難しいよね。まあいいよ。Okay, so he says, commerce without morality is a sin. Also, he says, politics without principle, wealth without work, pleasure without conscience, knowledge without character, commerce without morality, science without humanity, religion without sacrifice are the 7 social sins that he says. But I think we have to learn what he said. Commerce without morality is a kind of sin. So I think, of course, we have to fight. We have to be profitable. But also we have to think about our kind of what he says, morality in a business. So I want to invite those as much as possible. But doing the business, I think we can make our business better as well as this world, global society better. So thank you very much for your attention and listening.
Thank you, Mr. Saraya, for that insightful speech. We are deeply impressed by your commitment and actions in protecting the ocean health. Your words also serve as a powerful reminder that protecting our oceans demands collective actions. Today, we have had a remarkable opportunity to gather like-minded and capable entrepreneurs, managers, and individuals to deliver meaningful speeches. They have raised our awareness about the ocean's importance and present a very workable solutions to imminent crisis. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Saraya again back to the stage to award certificates to those who have made genuine contribution to making our ocean better. Please. So the first award goes to Norina Liu Anqi. Please. Thank you. And the Okay, thank you. And the second award goes to Rita Zhao. All right, thank you. The third award goes to Mai Zhiyang. Good. The fourth award goes to Kentano Ali. The next award goes to Mr. Fred Liu Xu. Thank you. The next award goes to Mr. Galvin Li Haibo. Thank you. The next award goes to Dr. Aglaya Kong Chiu Hui. Thank you. The next award goes to Mr. Tam Chi Wei. The next goes to Professor Kenneth Mei. Thank you. The next award goes to Professor Yan Men. The next award goes to Mr. Zhao Jun. Three more. Okay. The next awards go to Mrs. Wang Xiaohan. The next award goes to Mr. Wang Mingming. Last one. 没有工作人员，先不给。The next round will be given to Li Hankun. Yeah. Thank you very much, and please welcome Mr. Saraya to take a group photo together. Possible. 两排会不会好一点？
Thank
Now, we are heading towards our final session of today. Please welcome Mrs. Rita Chow, the co-founder of Shero Initiative and general managers of Hong Kong X Shanghai Funds, to deliver the closing remarks for today's summit. Please welcome.
Dear Mr. Sarala and distinguished guests and friends, I'm Rita Chow from Shero. It's been a long and wonderful day. I think after today's event, I think many lives on Earth and refugees must feel happy that we have a lot of solution and action for them. So why we are gathered here today? 3 simple reasons. First, of course, Shero is very lucky to be invited by Saraya to bring us together here. Especially thanks for Mr. Saraya and your team. Thank you. And here, as a group, I think we have a good heart, and we really care about the ocean sustainability, and we want to use innovative technology and solution to fight climate change. So if you all outside today, and even here, you will feel it's really hot now. So all around the world, we know temperatures keep breaking records. The heat wave has hurt and killed thousands of people around the world. Years ago, we talked about saving polar bears from climate change. And now, unfortunately, today we are fighting to save ourselves. And all ocean life we talk about today. So if we wanted to keep living on Earth, solving the climate problems should become our first priority. Today, this is the first day of the event. Since the morning, we have 6 great speakers have shared solutions to address these big problems. Tomorrow, we're going to have more. So come to join again or watch the live on the YouTube. Once again, big thanks to everyone here today. No matter you are in the room or online, I will see you tomorrow, and thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rita Chow, for the insightful closing remarks. So before we conclude, I would like to extend our heartfelt thank you to everyone who attended the summit, both in person and online. Your attention is what truly matters. And remember, even small changes to our daily habits can significantly improve the health of our oceans. Finally, a quick reminder, this is a 2-day summit. Tomorrow, we will have more outstanding professors and founders delivering speeches on cutting-edge ocean conservation technologies. If this topic interests you, please stay tuned. Thank you all again. I will see you tomorrow.